But what are the categories that we want to go into? What do we want to take them through if someone's trying to transition to this model? Number one, and I don't have a lot of space here, but number one is mindset. Number one is mindset. Okay? You have to start taking this philosophy and putting it into your own life with the decisions that you make on a daily basis on your own health. Okay? Because everything we do and say in the practice is important. So you have to make this paradigm shift in your own life. Not 100%. Doesn't mean, I don't have an opinion about vaccinations. I have a personal opinion about it outside in the street, like the Tai Chi guy. I have a personal opinion. But as a chiropractor, I don't. It's enough to get him to come in and get an adjustment where I got to have opinions about what they eat. And we already have enough, our work cut out for us enough, right? So, how else can you make the transition with mindset? I'm going to talk about a few things. Number one, join Mark's Institute. Remember, there's 200 people, 500 people in the room. So we're going to get join Mark's Institute. He brings you through a lot of different areas, from answering the phone to, you want to use the word selling, presenting packages, getting them to make one of the best habits they could ever have in their lives. Okay? All through these. I don't know how many modules he's up to. 100 modules?
100.
Yeah, hundreds of videos, at least 500 videos. At least 500 videos. It's affordable. Okay, you may have to get coaching. You may have to give one of the board members a call, but don't take too much of your time, but give them a call. Let's take a half hour, find out who the members are, give them a call. Get on the Trust Facebook page. Get on the Trust Facebook page. But this mindset's important because if you've been practicing for a while, you're going to get pushback from your family, your wife, your husband, okay? Your partner. So you have to prepare for what? Some adversity. And there's one guy I know who pulled it off without even thinking twice. Gene Flynn, if anybody here knows him. He went, a year later I brought him to March 2003 where I first met, March 2000 I first met Mark.
Yeah.
And Mark Goldstein. And Gene Flynn heard Mark Goldstein's talk and everybody else, and the next week he went back, opened up a box on a wall. And that was it. And he told people, this is it or too bad.
Yeah.
And then he transferred to more of a monthly fee, which he does now. He doesn't call it membership.
Yeah.
He just says monthly fee. Okay? So, also, read the blue books. Read Reggie's book. You'd be surprised how many people don't know about these books. Start off with Joe Strauss, Chiropractic Philosophy. Okay? Prepare yourself for this mindset, for this paradigm in your mind. You might get pushback from the patient, the members have been coming in for years. Maybe you have to change your vocabulary, start calling them members. A lot of times, if people coming in, I'll use the word client or member. Okay? Get involved with whatever you do. Increase it. Affirmations, prayer. Because this is a whole different way of thinking and a way of thought. So the mindset's going to be important. What's the next category? Well, your consultation. Your consult. I know you can't read that. That's okay. If I push on that board, it's going to fall over.
Yes, sir.
All right? So the consultation. You have to change your consultation to reflect that non-therapeutic chiropractic philosophy. So now you're not telling them what's wrong. You're talking about vertebral subluxation. That it happens all the time. I'm not going to go through the consultation. Somebody will probably do that today. But the consultation, you have to give up some of the maybe terminology that used to work. Examination. This is a personal thing. If you're doing a report of findings, cool. Lay down. Oh, there's the subluxation. There's one right here. How long did it take? A second. Lay on the table. Oh, you got 5 right here. So you can make that first visit a little longer. You can make that first visit longer because you want to talk more and show them more after you do your consultation if you want to do that, if you're stuck with that. But you have to make that transition, okay? And give up some of these things. If you do x-ray, are you doing x-ray for the technique or to show right at that point is the patient, right? To show the patient what's wrong with them, or we know the underlying cause of the problem, then you're not in this model. Nothing. That's okay. So you have the x-ray up there. Matter of fact, if I took x-rays now, I wouldn't even show the member the x-rays. I would take them for my technique, I would do my analysis, whatever I do, and then show the practice member what I found, the analysis. I wouldn't even talk about the x-rays if I took them. Because what happens is that you subconsciously plant in their mind that there's an end goal, that eventually we are done. So what we want to do in the consultation is give them that idea that this is something like brushing your teeth, but not even that. You made a good comment about brushing your teeth. It's a habit that needs to be done for the physical body, mentally and spiritually too, throughout life, that will help you reach your potential. Just like walking every day, or a good night's sleep, or whatever. We present it in that way. And that is a different paradigm of thought. If you're coming from, well, here, if you're coming from PT to here, it's really tough. If you're coming from a subluxation only, you need to change the way you run that first visit. Next category. Internal marketing. Internal, what are you saying in the office? What are your posters looking like? You're going to